Welcome back, viewers and subscribers, to Wizards of Sports TV. I'm your host, Sports Wiz Greg. And before I go any further, I just want to say condolences to former U.S. track and field athlete Tori Boy. She was World Championship 100-meter gold medalist and also a part of the Olympics 4x1 gold medal team. So she passed away sometime last week in her home in Florida. Still conflicting reports about the cause of death. Nothing concrete, just rumors so far coming out, mainly on social media, actually, not in the printed press or on television. But once again, I just want to say condolences to the family and friends of Tori Boy. Must be a really sad time for them. Anyways, 6 World Championships will be coming up in August in Budapest, Hungary. I want to touch on a couple topics, just discuss a little bit of track and field news. The first one be the resurgence or re-emergence of Sha'Carri Richardson. Sorry if I'm butchering the pronunciation of her name, but last month or about a month ago, I saw her at the Miramar Invitational track meet, and first race of the year for a lot of athletes there, but she stood out to me. And a lot of people are saying, it's just her regular early season form, by the way, it was her time. She clocked 10:57. This was the 4th fastest 100-meter, whether wind aided or legal time. This was the 4th fastest ever run in history. So, even though it was wind aided and it wasn't considered a legal time, I was still impressed by her run. Not only her run, but her whole demeanor before and after the race. Not only did she look more focused and more businesslike, she also seemed more mature than a couple of years ago or 3 years ago, when she was just bursting onto the scene.
I'm not done. I'm the 6th fastest woman in this game ever.
So, with what I saw from her in that race and after that race, I was really impressed, and I started saying, this might be the year that she challenged the Jamaicans for a spot on the podium, or even a top spot on the podium. A lot of people disagree with this. They don't think that there's gonna be any changing of the guard anytime soon, as long as people like Shelly-Ann Fraser or Shericka Jackson or Elaine Thompson here are fit and ready to go. Well, fast forward to this past weekend in Doha, she beat Shericka Jackson. Now, there's a lot of reports saying that Shericka slowed up with about 30 meters to go, 20 meters to go. Some said that Shericka said she didn't see her. Well, to counter that, if you're a Sha'Carri fan or just a neutral fan, you could say that she did what she needed to do. She followed through, and that, winning, like, practice makes perfect, and whether it's just a friendly or just a one-off meet, whatever it is, you want to start winning. You win in practice. You practice to win in training, in the minor meets. It carries over into the bigger competitions, the World Championships, the Olympics. You never ease up. So, like I said, I am very impressed with the way she's running thus far. I don't know if she's gonna keep this up when crunch time hits, around about July, August, thereabout, especially August in the World Championships. But in past years, you didn't see this from her. You didn't see her being so, concentrated, like I said. But this could also be motivation from her being suspended for, what was it, a year or two for use of a banned substance. You know, this could be the motivation from her not being able to take part in the World Championships in Eugene, which is her home track. So let's wait and see. What do you guys think? Do you think she is for real now, or do you think this is just smoke, and as soon as the World Championships come around, the Jamaicans and probably even a couple Bahamians, you know, are just gonna blow her away? Is she even gonna make her US track team? I think she is their best 100 runner right now, but who knows? That's just my views, you know. Like I said, I want us to debate this, you know. So leave your comments in the comment section. Let's have a conversation about the reemergence of Sha'Carri Richardson. I think she's for real this time, you know, still 100% Jamaican, and would like to see a clean sweep. But we also love to see some real good healthy competition, you know, and I think this time around there is gonna be some competition for the middle places. So let me know what you think. Leave your comments in the comment section and let's have a conversation about it. Before I move on to the next topic, also don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And thanks to the recent subscribers, especially a lot of track and field fans, you know, I greatly appreciate it. Unfortunately, I've been kind of busy and don't get enough chance to, you know, do as much videos as I would like to. But as soon as I get some free time, I try to come up with a topic for debate and put out some content out there. The next topic that I want to touch on, and I gotta make it quick so this video is not too long. After the passing of Tory Bowie, there has been a lot of like I said, speculations about the cause of death. You know, there's also speculations about her financial status when she passed away. Now, like I said, this is all rumors, so don't quote me on this. But it lead me to the topic: are track and field athletes being compensated enough for the work they put in year out? You know, some of them starting from elementary school days all the way up through college. I mean, luckily for some of them, it gets them a college scholarship, so they are able to get a college education. But what about those that don't get a scholarship, you know, to come to the US and run? What about those that are in, you know, other islands that apart from Jamaica, the ones that are still good that are running in Africa or other places in Europe that track and field is not the main sport and there's not a lot of money pumped into it? You know, are meet organizers doing enough to attract more advertisers, you know, more sponsors? Are the meet organizers doing enough to get more television audience? You know, we see in Europe, or some areas in Europe, yes, where track and field is big, there's, you know, a lot of TV audience and a lot of sponsors, you know, a lot of event sponsors, not athlete sponsors per se, but event sponsors. Even in Doha, where over the weekend, which I like the fact that, you know, the UAE, all of the Arab states are starting to get deep into track and field. You know, they want to have more track and field meets there. This probably is the route for some of these athletes to start making some money, you know, to put aside for their retirement. You know, I mean, a track and field athlete most likely career lasts for like what, 10 years probably. 10 years is the average a lot of track and field athletes career lasts for. I mean, what do they do after track and field if they weren't afforded a college education? You know, if they weren't like Usain Bolt, who had some money put aside because, you know, he got the big endorsements. Because most of Bolt's money, I assume, came from endorsements, not from the track meets itself. Because if I heard correctly, like a gold medal in the Olympics is like 50,000. I mean, seriously, how many athletes even make it to the finals, let alone to get a medal? So I mean, the IAAF need to take it up on themselves. These meet organizers, the sponsors. I remember, take football for instance, when the Jamaican football team qualified for World Cup 1998. Um, Most of the players on that team were sponsored by private sector companies in the country. You know, at least some of them had more than one sponsor. At least one sponsor they had, and apart from what the federation would pay, these sponsors would still give them like a monthly income just to advertise their brand. This needs to happen in the track and field arena as well, because like I said, these athletes, they put in work day in day out from as early as elementary, and they see this as a way out. Like my friends stated this evening, unfortunately, not you can't put it like a pay as you play kind of thing, because track and field athletes, I think, get injured the most out of all the sporting disciplines. So if you do a scenario like that, an athlete might never, probably don't run for 2 years. How are they gonna get paid? So they should be getting some at least yearly contracts from, especially these sportswear companies like Nike, Adidas, Puma. I know probably a lot of track and field gears are not sold, especially in North America, but that also has to do with, like I said before, the advertising of track and field. Like RG3 pointed out, former college standout and NFL quarterback. He was calling on these meet organizers to do like the other major sports in America do. Pit the top athletes against each other. If it's even once a month or twice per month, have races where they're gonna clash, which is gonna bring out more fans, meaning more advertisers, more sponsors, more television viewership, things like these. So that way the athletes are able to get more sponsorship, and have at least a decent future after track and field. Let me know what you think. Do you think sponsors are doing enough, or some of these athletes not managing their finances well enough? Does the IAAF need to do better? And does the meet organizers also need to do way better in terms of garnering more support for these athletes? Leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you think about it. Until next time, and hopefully not so long, stay safe. Peace.